Hello everyone, my name is Boris and I'm head of Shelly X. And I'm happy to be here with you to present the newest addition to the Powered by Shelly line of products, the Light Solutions HiluX DS8. As you already know, Shelly X is an initiative that we started some time ago, and it is a platform that allows manufacturers to create their own smart products based on the Shelly ecosystem. Today, we're going to be presenting a premium high-quality downlight, and there's no one else better to present this product than the creator of the product himself. It is my great pleasure to present to you Mr. Stefan Olsen, owner of Light Solutions. Stefan?
Hello everyone, and thank you for having me. As Boris mentioned, that we created this product together, but first a little bit about me. I'm Stefan, I'm from Denmark, and I own the company Light Solutions. We do a lot of really high quality downlights for the Nordic market, and with this Shelly expansion, we're going to target the rest of Europe. So what we want to do with our products is make the best quality that we can make. So we try to pull out all stops and really make the best products as you can, of course. So today we're here to talk about a little bit about our new spotlight, light solution, HiluX DS8. The HiluX DS8 is a spotlight, as you can see here in the pictures and also here in my hand. It's a normal downlight, but it has some really special sauce inside. So if you talk a little bit about the key features about it, what make this downlight different from any other downlight is that we are really focused on the high quality and the usability of this light. So as you can see here, the color rendering index is above 95. When we talk about color rendering index or CRI, 100 is the sunlight, and this one is 95, so it's as close as we can get it. So we actually special made the LED chip inside to get these kind of performance specs. Also, it's tunable wide. So for you, those of you that doesn't know what tunable wide is that if you can go from warm colors to cold colors. So you can use both for having a cozy time in your sofa seeing a movie, or in your office space where you need the cold working light. So also the lumen output is very high. So this one is 600 lumen at 6000 kelvins. Of course, you can dim it down via the Shelly app, or you can, when you lower the Kelvin, the lumen will be a little bit less. So also we have this, we call it Tilt 360. What they make that special is that you can point the light beam wherever you want when you have it installed. So you can just make sure that you have the light exactly where you need to be. If it's on your workspace or in your make some beams down the wall, you can make it with this one. Also, we wanted to make it easy, so not only can it be used indoor but also outdoor. So wherever you need this light, you can use it. So you can both use it in covered areas, in bathrooms, in living rooms, in office spaces, and so on. And it's available in white and black. And I think Boris will showcase the black one later. So here you can see below in the screen that the tunable wide range is you can get the warm colors and the cold colors. And what we also tried to do is that make a Scandinavian design. So it's very non-intrusive, and also it's very slimline. So this is the only part you're going to see when it's installed in the ceiling. And we can try to talk a little bit about the installation. So this is only 39 millimeters, so you don't have to have a lot of room inside the ceiling to install this one. You just have to cut a hole between 68 and 83 millimeters, and that's it. So this is of course just a part of the light. This is the special source. This is where the Shelly chip hides inside, and And this is the connection box. So what makes this connection box special is that you can actually connect this light, of course, but also the next light. So you don't only have to wire one, and then you can just take a wire to the next. So you save a lot of cable doing it this way, instead of just running a cable to each one of your spotlights. You can see down here in the screen how we daisy chained it, the bottom left. And you can prepare the when this part is going in the ceiling, so this one you're not going to see. So when you install it, you connect the power, put it up in the ceiling, connect the spotlight with this clip, and then you take the spring loading and then you put it in the ceiling. So that's pretty easy. And then you just have power to it, and then it should be found in the Shelly app. But I know Boris will showcase this in a bit. For use cases, we have tried to make it so versatile that we could. So you can actually use it both at home, in cafes, in hotels, in office spaces, in cafes, in art galleries, and so on, because you can make the lighting exactly as you want it to be. So it's actually quite a versatile light. So we can try to talk about a little bit about the technical specifications. So some of this I already have told you about, but the power is 8 watts. It's of course connected with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth via Shelly app, but also you connect it directly to the Shelly Blue button. So if you are an electrician, you don't need to use anything other than the blue button, and then they can just connect it later to their own Shelly network. And the lifespan is of course 50,000 hours, and that is quite a long time for this kind of light. And we back it up with a 5-year warranty as well. So now we will cut to Boris for a demo.
Thank you, Stefan. So now let's see this product in action. First, let's take a look at the connection box. The connection box is a standard feature for lighting installations in the Nordic countries, but it's quite useful indeed. You have two sets of lever connectors that you can take your cable and you just connect it as usual, like so. And now your HiluX is ready to go. However, if you need to do a larger installation, what you can do is you can do the daisy chaining that Stefan explained a couple of minutes ago. So this means that you can just run the cables, you can connect the power to the next HiluX like so. And by doing that, you can use a lot less cabling and a lot faster installation, as opposed to having to connect every HiluX to a central point for power. For now, let's disconnect the daisy and continue on with our presentation. We're closing the connection box now, and let's see what happens when we power it up. When powered up, the device starts in this default setting at 50% brightness, 300 Kelvin. Here you can see that the 360-degree adjustability of the spotlight is quite useful for a lot of installations. And you can see that the quality of the light is quite good. Not quite sure how much this is showing up on camera. One important point is that this device uses 5 kilohertz operates at 5 kilohertz, which means that it doesn't matter if you're trying to take a picture of a cell phone or with a slow-mo camera, it's not going to flicker on you. So let's see how this device operates. The first thing that you want to do is to add the device to the application. You can use the standard procedure of adding Shelly devices over Bluetooth. As you can see here in the Shelly office, there are quite a lot of Shelly devices around me. But what I can do, I can just filter. And when I filter, I'm going to skip this step for the demonstration purposes. But other than that, it's a straightforward procedure for adding a Shelly to your cloud account. Now, let's give it a minute to complete this procedure. And we're going to go through the main features that we have in this product. Almost finished. We're going to call it H5 for no reason at all. We're going to put it in the demo room, and we're good to go. Now the device is operational, and I can control it similar to other light products here at Shelly. I can turn it on and off, as you can see. I can increase the brightness quite a lot. I can control the color. Let's put it back at 50. I can control the color temperature. As you can see, there's quite a lot of change between 200 and 2200, 4000, and 6000 Kelvin. Personally, I like 3000 the most, which is actually the default setting. Apart from these controls, you have the standard Shelly features like auto on and auto off. You have scheduling. You also have night mode, which is a useful way of setting up your lights. If I enable the night mode, I can say, okay, I want between 21 o'clock and let's say 6 o'clock. I want my brightness to be at an absolute minimum, and I want to have the color to be at 2000 at a minimum. It doesn't disrupt my perception of the night. Going forward, you have some Bluetooth settings here, and here you have the standard configurations for lights. One example is minimum brightness on toggle, which means that even if you bring it all the way down to 0, next time you turn it up, it's going to be at 3%. You can control the transition duration and the range of the color that you want to allow your light to operate from. Everything else is pretty much standard Shelly device operation. So now let's switch back to the camera and try something else. So this light is compatible with the Shelly Blue remote devices. This includes the 4-button device, the wall switch, new remote. All of them work with this device. Now let's try to demonstrate how this one can control the light. First, you have a couple of options to do that. I'm going to do the easiest way of doing that, where every time you power up the HiluX device, for the first 30 seconds, it's going to search for a remote. And when it finds it, it's going to indicate with a blink. Let's see how this works. First, I'm going to put the remote in a pairing mode, Bluetooth pairing mode. In order to do that, I need to click it 4 times, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it starts blinking blue. So I'm going to turn off the HiluX, and I'm going to turn it on again. So for the first 30 seconds, it's going to search for a remote. What I want to do is, so if you can see, it blinks. So now it found the remote and wants me to assign a button to it. So I'm going to use the first one. I'm going to click it. And now it's signaling with 3 consecutive blinks that they're paired. So now I can use this remote to control the light. If I click the second button, it's going to turn off. If I click the first button, it's going to turn on. If I hold the second button, it's going to dim down. And if I hold the upper button, it's going to dim up. That's standard light operation for a Shelly device. Okay. Some other things that you might need to know, as Stefan mentioned, this goes into the ceiling, so it's not visible. These clamps here are quite powerful, so they can hold your device securely. And apart from that, I think these are the main features of the device. Stefan?
Yeah. So,
Stefan, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So there was a couple of questions before we set this up, and I will try to answer some of them, and I can also see there's one in the chat we can address as well. So, as you may know, the newest Shelly, it comes with Matter and Zigbee. Shelly X does not offer this yet. So it will not support Zigbee and Matter yet. But maybe an upcoming revision, we will make it compatible with that as well. So some of these we already have addressed, but one of these is also, can I control it without the internet? Because lighting is essential for everything, so we can't do anything without it. So what we make sure is that also you can control it also via the Shelly app without internet. So you just have to set up local control in the Shelly app, and it will work even though your internet is down. And also all the blue buttons and switches that they have, they will be paired directly with the lights and not with anything else. So it will also work when it's offline. So I think this is very important to address. This of course works with smart home systems as Google Home, Amazon, Apple Home via Shelly. Apple Home is not HomeKit, just Apple Home, and Home Assistant. And also we're working on Homey as well. I know there's been some, maybe Boris can address this as well, because he knows a lot more about the Shelly part than I do. I know much more about the hardware and the light. So the good thing about this light is that it works seamlessly with any other Shelly device. So everything that you know from Shelly already, you can do with this light as well. So as Boris mentioned, it's 5 kHz dimming, so it's flicker free. That means that even though you dim it down to the lowest setting, there will not be any flickering. Some people can tolerate the flickering in their own homes because they can feel it. They can't see it, but they can feel the flickering. So we make sure that this is flicker free all the way down to 1%. And also, as I mentioned, we have a 5-year warranty and 55-hour rated lifespan. Of course, the 50,000 hours is not a guarantee. It's the 5 years that counts. So maybe we can talk with Boris if he has some other questions, but we can address the one in the chat as well. So there was, if there was a question, if there was a 110 volts version coming for the US market, I presume. And we're already in talks with the Shelly US, and we are working on see if this is a possibility and a market for the Spotlight in the US as well. But right now, this is the only product that we have, but we're already working on a lot of other products with Shelly. So we are going to present something at Light and Building as a new product as well. So, Shelly, Boris, do you have anything to add?
No. As Stefan mentioned, we are working on other products as well, and this could be one of the things down in the extensions supporting the 110 volts. Let's go through the questions in the chat. Stefan, you already answered one of them. So the next question that I can see, can you tell a little bit about the housing quality and how does it hold in high humidity places like bathrooms?
Yeah,
as Stefan just explained, it is IP44 and it's suitable to be installed even outside.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the housing, of course, and this is made with an outdoor alloy paint. So the front part is aluminum and the back part is plastic. This part inside, you can see where the LED is completely sealed. So this part makes sure that, and it's low voltage because there's a driver in the place. So this can be installed with no worries directly in a bathroom or other damp places. It doesn't matter. And the warranty will, of course, also cover that as well.
Thank you, Stefan. So the next question is, when we daisy chain two bulbs, can we have separate controls for them, or they behave the same way? So even if you daisy chain, what you're daisy chaining is actually the power supply. So this means that these two devices behave like two separate devices. You can control them separately if you set it up. You can address them separately. You can configure them separately. The only daisy chaining that happens is the actual power supply and not the controls. Okay. So the next question is about Samsung Smart Things. The answer is I have to check on this one. Okay. Okay, the next question, I can see that there are a lot of answers here coming on. Pricing and availability, I see a question. So this product is already available on our web shop. The retail price is 38 euro. This is the RRP on the website, and you can start ordering it even today.
So
next
we can
question. Yeah.
We can add something about, as you were talking about the grouping of the lights. This is also one key feature, is that when you group the lights and the power supplies in the daisy chaining, they will, as Boris says, be one of their own device. And then you can group it inside the Shelly app. And that means that for different groups in your home or in office, you don't have to make a special wiring for that. You can just have one wiring and then via the Shelly app group them into the different places. So you can actually save, again, a lot of wiring, a lot of work as an electrician doing that.
Okay. Thank you, Stefan. The next question is controlling the color through a group level. So of course you can group the devices in the Shelly application. As for controlling the color, you have to try it by yourself. Okay, will it have or already has the possibility to report the power? It does not have power measurement. It can have calculated power measurement, but this is something that we did not include purposefully, simply because it's an estimation. And with the high quality product, we didn't want to estimate some power usages. That's why at the moment it doesn't have it. You can have a black and white, but any other colors, finishes, example, brushed nickel. Stefan, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, for now it's only white and black. And the reason for it is that it's only white and black is that covers like 95% of the market. So, but we are open for suggestions. We can order them in different colors, but as some of you may know, when you order something from a factory, you can't just order like 100. You have to order like thousands of pieces. So, like a brushed alloy or brushed brass, it will require that we know that we can sell them before we order a lot of quantity.
Thank you, Stefan. Then a question in the chat is there any plans to making the edition with an input to manual control without Bluetooth and wireless? Stefan?
Yeah, so
I can answer, but it's better for you to answer.
That's the funny thing, that me and Boris are already working on the next product, and that product have like a push dimming input as well. And maybe in the next revision of the Spotlight, we will have also use that one in this product as well. But for now, it doesn't support any external input.
Okay, so the next question is, what about mass availability? I can answer this partially, and then Stefan can answer it from his point of view. But from our perspective, this was the initial batch that we started with Stefan to test out what the market wants, if the product will perform okay, and we're only getting started. So, Stefan, do you want to?
Yeah, I can elaborate. Yeah, as Boris says, that we did now we have been working on this product for like 1.5 years. So we've been working very hard to get this to market. And now we ordered the initial batch and started selling them. And You can, of course, contact Shelly about purchasing them, or you can contact me directly. And then I will help you from my end, or I will send you to one of our partners in the different countries. But we will, of course, be ordering more and make sure, but we have to test out the market first and see how the market will react, because this is something completely new. The market have not seen anything like this.
Thank you, Stefan. The next question is suggestion for the future. Please add a daisy chain connection into the power supply itself, the driver actually. It will get rid of another box. And this was actually something that I thought about first that I saw this product, but Stefan explained why this connection box is a good idea.
So yeah, I can explain why. So if you build it into this power supply, then it will be bigger, of course. But the problem is that when you put it into the ceiling, if the power supply is too long, you can't get it into the hole if you only have 39 millimeters of space. So we made the product so it can fit inside the ceiling with only 39 millimeters. But if you make this just a tad longer, it couldn't get up into the hole unless there was more space than 39 millimeters. Then it would maybe need 50 millimeters instead. So that is the main reason. But I can understand the question, and I know, and we will work on it to see if there is something we can do about that in the future products.
Thank you, Stefan. The next question is, what is the idle performance? From our measurements, when the device is not operational, it goes up some below, I think it's 1 watt, below 1 watt or below 0.5, I can't remember. I think it's below 1 watt. And the reason for that is because, like any other connected device, it has to maintain the Wi-Fi connection so that you can control it, Bluetooth connection, so it needs some power to operate. Okay, I think that we reached to the end of the questions. If we don't get any more questions, I would like to thank Stefan for this wonderful presentation and for building a product based on the Shelly X platform. And this is something that's very exciting for me, especially that we are working on many more products in the future together with him.
Yeah, we will show a lot of exciting products in the future, I promise. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, everyone. Wish you a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.